Hey guys, what's going on? Tony hanging out here in the music room, and I have a brand new interview to share with you guys. Really excited about this one. If you're like me and you're so tired of hearing people say that rock is dead, this is an interview and a band for you, all right? The band is Thundermother, and I am talking to lead singer Guernica Mancini about the band's upcoming release, Heat Wave, the Deluxe Edition. Now, the band actually released the Heat Wave record July 2020, but on May 21st, they are releasing a deluxe version with a bonus disc of 10 additional tracks. This album is going to be available on some really cool vinyl and CD. If you've never heard them, don't worry about it. I'm brand new to Thundermother myself, just about 2 weeks in. I'm telling you guys, they rock. The best way that people describe them are AC/DC meeting Motorhead coming together. They are all ladies from Sweden, and I promise you guys, they rock. They know how to do it. They're waving the flag for rock and roll, all right? So enjoy the interview. During the interview, Guernica was in quarantine in Berlin. The band was getting ready to film a live concert that they were going to stream on May 11th. So if you're watching this before May 11th, go to thundermother.com to learn all about that. But all right, enough of me. Let's get to the interview so you guys can learn more about Thundermother, this incredible band. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button if you like what we're doing here. But enough of me, on to Guernica and Thundermother. All right, let's go. Well, thank you so much for making time to chat with me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. I have to admit, I'm brand new to Thundermother. I just heard you guys the first time in the past couple weeks, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that I'm just now finding out about this amazing band. But the important thing is that I am, so it's awesome and a great time to kind of come into the band as well with a lot going on with you guys. So I know last night you guys were supposed to have played a show in Germany, and everything kind of got sidetracked like everything else. So are you in Sweden now? Are you?
Right now, I'm actually in Berlin in quarantine.
Okay.
Because we're playing a Corona-friendly show here at the Berlin Stadium in 5 days. So we're playing a stadium show for an empty stadium. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I guess like 20 lucky people from the radio station Star FM here in Germany that are promoting this event. They have, I guess they choose 20 winners that get to see us live at the stadium.
Oh, wow.
But it's going to be super cool, and we're very excited. But due to Corona, we had to come, get to Germany a few days early to, be in quarantine, make sure that nobody's sick, and yeah.
Gotcha. Now, this is a show that people are going to be able to stream. You can buy a ticket and watch this one from their computers, right?
Yeah, exactly. From on the 11th at 8 p.m. So Central European time. You guys have to do your own. Yeah, I don't know. Where exactly are you?
I'm in Ohio in United States.
I have no idea what time zone that is though.
Yeah, but it's like 10:30 here right now. So that's why I'm drinking my coffee still.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's really awesome. So people can check you guys out live and a live experience and see that. And it's like virtual 360 and everything else. So it's like, it's the real deal. Like it's a lot going to be going on. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
And then also you guys, back in July of 2020, you guys released the album Heat Wave, which was incredible. How was it to put out a record during Corona?
We were, I guess we had like a millisecond of doubt, but then we were like, people need more music more than ever right now. And we really wanted to share this album that we're super proud over with the world. So we decided to release it and, really try to think outside the box with how we promoted the album. Like we went on a Corona-friendly tour in Germany. We played on top of a fire truck, and we did all these like cool things that are super random and normal life you would never do, but we did what we could to promote this album. And I mean, I'm really happy that it came out and it's done really well. And I think that people really needed that, some positive, uplifting rock and roll.
Yeah, definitely. And fast forward to May 21st of this year, you guys are releasing a deluxe edition of that album. So it's the Heat Wave record plus an additional disc with 10 additional bonus songs on there. There's some live stuff, some acoustic stuff. What was the thought process to doing a deluxe edition of the record?
Well, I mean, basically, we felt like, I mean, first of all, we had time to write more material. So that was number one. And then we felt like the album was so great and we didn't want it to just fade away. I mean, even though it's done great stuff, great numbers for us, and we've reached so many more new people with it, which is incredible. We still felt like it could do so much more, and we wanted to reach everyone possible, obviously. So we felt that if we do a deluxe version, then it gives it, longer life, basically.
Yeah.
And at the meantime, we get to be creative and we get to show off other sides to us, musically, because I guess on a deluxe, or at least that's how we thought of it, as like, on a deluxe album, you get to kind of do things that people don't really expect from you. Like we just released You Can't Handle Me, which is more like a pop rock song. And we also have a song that we wrote that's more a punk, type song. And then The Road Is Ours is more classic rock and has all the elements that we all really love with the genre. So we just got to do whatever we wanted. And also, as well as the acoustic tracks where we added like random instruments, like, we have the banjo on one song. And
yeah, that's great. And I mean, obviously it works. Like I said, I don't know why, but I missed the first, in July, I missed the Heat Wave record. So now with the deluxe package, I get to find out about it and then hopefully, spread the word here to my friends and let people know that Thundermother is definitely worth their attention. And one thing I really love about the record is, like you said, when you listen to it, there's so many different, it's high energy, it's rock and roll, but at the same time, it's not the same song 13 times. You guys have a good range. Your voice, that the blues in your voice, I absolutely love. So when you read any kind of press about Thundermother, everybody says AC/DC and Motorhead, which are two, great bands to be compared to. But I'm curious what other kind of influences that you have as a singer and performer that kind of have made you who you are today.
I mean, it's always tough to, give it's going to be a long answer, sure. But no, but I think it's tricky because I am very bluesy and I have a very, I guess, a more soulful voice than is the common rock voice right now. I mean, I feel like back in the day that was the norm, and singers like, Janis Joplin is definitely an influence and an inspiration. But I've grown up listening to all kinds of music and a lot of soul and Motown and R&B and stuff like that, as well as combined with rock and pop and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But so when I then started to really find my voice, I started exploring more with like 80s rock, because I couldn't really find myself. Like I can't sing like Whitney Houston. I can't sing like Mariah Carey. Like that's not, I never felt comfortable there. That was just like, forget about it. You can do something else. So I kind of found 80s rock and started singing along to like Skid Row songs, Sebastian Bach. He's like, I think he's an amazing, incredible vocalist, and Dio and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, this is for me. And then a lot, as much as when I started finding that in my voice, just like the love for the genre and everything just like, got so heightened, like it just became, everything that I thought about. And I evolved so much more as a singer when I finally found my, my calling and where I belonged musically. So yeah, it's really, it's everywhere. I mean, I'm a huge Prince fan, but you can't hear that in how I sing,
Sure.
Yeah, that's so awesome. It's tricky.
Yeah. Well, I have to imagine too, I know that, you did spend some time in LA, and especially considering some of the bands that you named, like Sebastian Bach and those kind of bands, LA is like, the 80s sound and the rock and roll sound. I imagine, what was it like for you to be in LA and kind of soak all that in?
I mean, I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't do that, if I didn't go on that journey, you know. I had great teachers. I went to MI, Musicians Institute, and I had teachers that could really help me with the kind of voice that I have. I have a naturally raspy voice, and in Sweden, before I, moved, the teacher never really knew how to help me. They didn't have the tools, the knowledge to work with that kind of vocal. So they like send me to speech therapists and blah, blah, blah. Whereas when I went to MI, I then found teachers that could really help me evolve and learn how to deal with my naturally raspiness. And, I could like learn extreme vocals and learn how to not damage my vocal cords and blah, blah, blah. I mean, when I first started the band, that actually happened. That's a side story. Sorry.
No.
I have a tendency to like, blah, but no, but I like when I first started the band and we were touring so much. I mean, I wasn't used to the amount of touring, and then also first years, the first summer touring, the partying was kind of off the charts. So that combination, not great for a vocalist. And I have learned my lesson. I don't have vocal notes anymore, and I know how to take care of my voice. Because it's the naturally raspiness makes it so I always have damaged vocal cords, but they're damaged in a way that I can handle, and it's not a problem for me anymore. Like it was.
Yeah.
That was not your question.
That's great though, because it's like so many vocalists, great vocalists, maybe their time is cut short because they don't take care of their voice. And the difference between some of those like Bruce Dickinson from Maiden and some of these guys that really treat their voice as an instrument, and look how long they've lasted. So I think that's great that you realize that.
Yeah.
So,
but I think everyone has to kind of have that little phase of like, I want to experience the rock and roll lifestyle, and then you're kind of like, yeah. If you want to work as a musician, then you have to rein it in and like choose your partying more.
Yep. And not many people, or a lot of people, don't know how to rein that in. So. Like I said, on May 21st, we have the deluxe album coming out. I don't know how things are where you are, but it feels like here in the States, we're kind of moving towards going back to life again. I know that the talk of shows are happening. Bands are kind of plotting a tour as best they can. Are you guys giving thought to that? I know you guys have a whole tour already planned out. So I know the first few dates had to kind of get, moved and interrupted, but are you guys looking forward to getting back? Does it feel like you're going to be able to get back on the road and do the things you want to
do? Always hopeful, and I hope that it'll happen. We have a tour plan for the end of May, and right now it's a big question mark if that is even going to be allowed, but I'm hopeful. If it doesn't happen in May, I'm sure some of the stuff booked for the summer will happen.
Yeah.
But that's so strange these times. It's like from week to week.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's impossible to answer. I can just say that we have a team around us that are working really hard to make all these shows that get postponed, moved, make sure that happens eventually. So, that's all we can do right now. I'm hoping that it will happen.
Yeah. Well, hopefully like I said, things here feel like they're starting to move in the right direction. So hopefully that's the case for you guys too. The question that I do have, in a perfect world, let's say everything's going the way we want it to go, and we're in a perfect world. Do you think, is there going to be any idea about Thundermother coming over to the US and doing any kind of dates?
I'm really hoping that happens in 2022, because we just signed with the CAA, the American booking agency. And the guy responsible for us over there, he's the one booking, all the major rock acts there. Yeah. So that's really exciting for us as a, up and coming band, and definitely makes it, it's more likely that that's going to happen pretty soon. As soon as the world opens up, I'm sure that we're going to be over there, because that's on our, to-do list. So
yeah. I think that when you guys get over here, people are going to eat you guys up. They're going to love it, because We're in a
I
time right
hope
now.
so.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a time right now. There's so much pretentiousness out there. People are like, rock and roll is dead. Rock and roll is dead. And the thing I love about you guys is that you come out and you say, no, rock and roll is not dead. You guys are waving the flag for rock and roll, you know?
Yeah.
And there's so many more people like that want that, you know. There's some that, yeah, we want to go out and have a good time, especially now when you haven't been able to do it in a year. And I think Thundermother's that band. You put the disc on, you turn it up loud. I guess kids today, they put the stream on or whatever, but you know, you can turn it up loud, you can crank it, and it makes you feel good. So I think people are really going to be craving you guys when you do come over.
Thank you. I hope that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
That people will see how much fun we have and how much fun rock can be. And I know this is taboo to say, but in my mind, I'm really hoping that we can make rock some sort of like mainstream, you know, have mainstream success again. Just because if you see all the bigger rock bands, they've been around for 20, 30 years. Yeah. There's not really any, I mean, there are a few bands that are doing, you know, a little bit for rock, but I'm really hoping that we will be one of the, first all-female rock bands to take on, like, you know, major. And when I say major, I'm like AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, like arena type, huge bands. I mean, that's my goals, dreams, ambitions for the band.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that we could do that, bring it to the people.
Yeah. The music is craving it. The music is craving big arenas. It really is. Like,
yeah.
I'm not just saying this because I'm talking to you, but I remember I get music sent to me and stuff, and I'm like, a lot of it you listen to, and you're like, okay, but I hit play on the album, and it's just like, damn, you know, I mean, it's like, it just caught my attention instantly and crank up that dial. So it's just craving to be heard. And one of the things that I really love, and I know I'll start wrapping things up, I know you got a big day and everything, but one of the things I really love that I read about the band was at a certain point, you guys just made a decision. You guys were all in. You know, we're gonna quit the day jobs. We're gonna do this, and I just love that attitude and that approach to things. I'm sure it's not an easy thing to do, but necessary, I would think.
I mean, I think that all of us have spent our entire adult life working hard, trying to make music, our, you know, how would you say, our day, not day job, but like trying to make music our full-time job. Yeah. And eventually you have to take that step, but that's for anyone that's doing it. It's like, it's scary, but at the same time, it's, to me, and I know this goes for the other girls, it's scarier to feel like you live with regret. So now that we've already, you've already sacrificed so much, you know, for the music, for your passion, for your dreams, that it would be silly not to, you know what I mean? You kind of have to take that step, or if not, you never did it at all. It's kind of, that sounds super dramatic, but it's the only way to make, you know, to really see if you have it in you and you can go all the way. Yeah. And I know that we've done the right choice, even though it's been really freaking tough now that Corona hit. Yeah. But we're still, you know, pushing through. We're not millionaires, not even close, but we can live. We have a roof over our heads, food on our table, and we have our music. So that's can't be the world if you're slave to the grind, right? Yeah, hell yes. Well, but I mean, I love music being my grind. You know what I mean? Not to sound cheesy, but no, if anything, I'd rather have music be my grind than like before, when I had to do all these like odd jobs and work in a clothing store and blah, 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 things that just kill your spirit. Yeah. I mean, unless it's your dream, then it's good. But for me, it was like killing my insides and I'm a social person, but in a clothing store, it makes me like hate humanity. So I'm really happy I did this.
Good. I'm happy you did it too. I'm really excited. Before we wrap up, any message you want to spread to the U.S. music fan right now who's never heard Thundermother before, your chance to kind of say, to reach out to them. What would you tell a person right now about Thundermother?
A lot of pressure. I'd say we're the future of rock and roll, so get with it. This is happening. We're taking over, and
Perfect.
Come with us for this awesome ride.
Right. Perfect answer. Well, I thank you so much for your time. Like I said, it's really a pleasure to get to hear your band and get to experience it. I'm really looking forward to the record. I love the vinyl. I love the packaging you guys are doing. It's not just a regurgitated version of the record. You guys new cover art. You're doing colored vinyl. You're making a lot of cool stuff. So I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm really looking forward to.
Did you see the booklet? Sorry, did you see the booklet?
I did not. No.
It's really cool because we all got to design our own booklet page, which was, personalized. So when you see it, you're like, you get a little glimpse of like our different personalities.
That's awesome because I love opening up physical music and digesting everything about it. And so I love that. I can't wait. We do a thing here called Vinyl Show and Tell where we take an album and kind of, open it up. And so we'll definitely do that with the record and do all kinds of stuff to celebrate the release and celebrate Thundermother. So
thank you.
Really excited for you ladies and what the future holds. And I cannot wait. Hopefully in 2022 when I can experience it live, buy the shirt and rock out with you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll see us in the States for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. I cannot wait. So I know you got a full day of these, so good luck to you and eat plenty of chocolate.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.